Hello, I'm Brother George, and I'm going to be leading, Brother Mark is going to be leading us around the grounds. This is entirely impromptu, we haven't prepared it at all, so you'll hear us trying to decide where to go next as we go round, and it's an informal walk around the grounds. If you want to send in comments as we go along or questions, please do. I hope we manage to keep the signal all the time as we go round. As I'm the cameraman, I'm now going to be a disembodied voice.
So yeah, hello everybody. It's really good to have you with us. And as George says, my name's Brother Mark. For those of you who don't know me, we're just starting off then at the front of our community's house where we've lived for the last 128 years. The community moved here in 1898, and from their first house, which was a vicarage in Oxfordshire, from the suburban south they moved to the grim industrial north, bought this house for about £100 and moved into it. The first six of them.
Was it about £100?
£100? I think it says so in Wilkinson.
Oh right, well that's amazing, because it's 20 acres and so on.
It's more, it's about 25.
It was bought for a song, that's right, because it had stood empty for 10 years. Yes.
And before that it had been mill owners' pile, basically. So it's a massive spot, as we would say in my neck of the woods.
And the church...
Yeah.
I want to show you something, Mark. I bet you've not noticed.
I probably haven't.
The church and the house are full of secrets. The house has got quite a few places that are blocked off, and you wonder what's in them. And there's one here. So here's the mulberry tree, which is getting a bit big.
Getting ready for a shake. Getting a bit in.
Yes, Thomas's mulberry jam. Thomas is against pruning it, which is just as well, because when he prunes things, he leaves all the stuff on the ground and you walk into it. Now, here are some little windows. Have you ever noticed those?
No, I can't say that.
Right. Well, there's a spiral staircase. And I've wanted to get up and shine a torch, but I haven't done it yet, to see what's inside. It's blocked off, and you would never know there's a spiral staircase there. You never know, there might be a knight in armour kneeling, holding up a chalice.
Rapunzel might still be
there.
Do
you know that? There's that story? It's the something chalice. Yes, and a chap breaks into in this castle and finds this knight kneeling, holding up this chalice.
He's not a recusant priest, is he?
Oh, no, it's medieval.
No, it's medieval.
Oh, yes.
Right. So we're going sort of we're on the south side of the church now.
We're getting lots of waves and messages. Welcome to everybody.
Nice to see you all.
Now, Sam has asked to go to the labyrinth. I'm sure we'll go there.
I'm sure we'll go there.
Yes. So where do you want to go next?
I'm just thinking we're sort of heading, it would make sense to sort of go down past maybe go that way towards the labyrinth, and we can take in view the college as we go down, or at least part of the college. So this is the main entrance to the church, which I suppose maybe all of you watching will recognise, a lot of you, which sadly is still locked at the moment. We're currently thinking about the best way to open it up again to visitors, and keep your eyes sort of skinned on the social media. We'll try and let you know about that as soon as may be.
I love it under these beech trees.
Yeah, I seem to spend most of my novitiate, some of it with you in fact, pushing wheelbarrows down this path.
That's right.
Which was very fun.
And we come down here for our funeral, don't we?
We do.
which is a
some
bit
of us.
hazardous because it's a rough track.
But it was very good. We have an annual requiem mass for the departed brethren, and
This rockery's got a bit
unkempt.
overgrown, and these trees are getting enormous.
It's such a lot of grounds. Quite simply, we struggle to do it.
This is called Basil's Rockery.
Is it?
Yes, apparently it was Basil, whatever his name was, a former brother.
I want to say Rathbone, but he was a
No.
Sherlock Holmes act. So it's not it. But actually, what you see this part of the college building, if you
Yes.
it'll pan round again.
Right,
Is you're looking at the college library here.
yes, down there.
In that part, the college was interesting because when it before it became the college, it was a stable block for the
And
learners.
this block here, the Bilson building, was intended to be the corner of a vast quadrangle which never got built. That's why it's a funny
I don't
L
think I
shape.
knew that.
Did you know that?
No.
And there was to be a bell tower. Yeah,
It
it was
is
going
a funny
to.
shape.
It was going to be like Christchurch in Oxford or something like that. Monks can be megalomaniacs. Look at our church, for instance. These trees look even nicer on the screen than they are in real life.
Yeah, I have to say, George's phone is an iPhone, and they're decent. You get a decent picture quality. Very, very good. So we're going down this path now, which, well, I think if we go towards the labyrinth as we were asked, that might make
This
sense.
path has had to be tarmacked. It was very rough,
Yeah,
hardcore, wasn't it? And
it was.
but
yeah.
brides in spindly high heels found it difficult for our weddings getting up to the church. They were all hobbling on the grass.
It's really not very good for anybody that needs that struggles with their walking. We'll all end up doing at some stage. Oh, this is nice, George. Look at the roses. Oh, look.
Yes, those roses never seem to do so well there. I don't know why.
But it's a pretty sort of area.
It is.
Our grass is always well cut. Paul and his lads, team of lads, do a good job with the grass.
Yeah.
And what this is, you're looking now at the back of the college and the college tower.
Do you remember the name of the first principal? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't
might
remember.
it.
The brother who was principal of the college in 1902. What's his name? Anyway, he was an architect, and he designed this baronial tower with its vaults inside. And but his regime was so tough that at the end of the first year, a delegation of students went to the superior,
Oh right.
and he was sacked. He
Was
was
he?
taken out. Yes.
Did he sort of run it like Do the Boys Hall or something?
Well, I don't know.
For adult, yeah. Even
Yes.
Victoria, in the first Victorian era. So the pretty fire escape. Actually,
Yeah.
those of you that have been students here will remember starting your new fire at on Easter Day here. This
Oh,
is
really?
usually
Yes.
where
Yes.
we start.
Nowadays,
the fire.
right, since my time. Here, this mulberry tree, I planted that,
You planted.
yes, about 35 years ago. And
That's-
then the,
I've been alive, George.
pardon?
That's encouraging for you. It's as long as I've been alive, 35.
Right, well, it's the same age as you then.
Same age as me.
And it gives a different flavour of mulberry to the other one down here. And the idea was, you see, that you can stand up on where the railing is to pick from higher up.
I have picked from this tree in Novice Garden.
Yes. And then that's a grapevine I planted, which does all right.
Yeah, the grapes do.
And the figs, of course, we eat figs till they're coming out of our ears in August.
We do eat
September.
quite a lot of. We get some good figs, and it might be of interest. I'm very interested in this old rickety blue door that George might just spin round to,
Oh,
straight in front of us.
there we are, real fig leaves, look. You can see they do their job. Sorry, what were you
And
saying?
the blue door is a bit of a secret, actually.
Have you been in there?
I've been in the blue shed. In fact, I've even got a key to the blue shed now.
Yes,
It was
it's just a load of worn-out old gardening tools.
Apart from the fact that it also houses a rather fine big cabinet of electrical wiring that sorts out
Oh.
our internet and phones
Oh, right.
that I had to...
Now,
help them to
across the
repair
way, across
for
the
week.
clough, this they've got a little balcony, and it's quite interesting. They've got a phone box and a post box, bike, and a bull, isn't it?
A bull.
Yes.
I can't see the bull. Let me come round.
In front of the
yeah,
bike.
right in front. Yeah, and two gnomes. It is interesting, yeah, and a felt roof.
Now, the labyrinth.
A labyrinth.
I hope this isn't coming across like a one of Percy Thrower's gardening programmes.
They might not know.
He was
Percy
sacked
Thrower
for
is.
being boring, you know, in the end.
I'd rather be like Fred Dibner and sort of go up a building when I've had you know,
Yes.
3 whiskies or something.
Now, this used to be a croquet lawn.
Did it?
Yes, it was very good for croquet.
I've never played croquet. I don't know whether
It's a
sort
very
of-
violent game.
It's violent, yeah. That
Yes.
doesn't surprise me. Sounds very
So
CR practice.
the labyrinth, we won't have time to walk it, but it takes quite a bit of keeping up, as you might imagine.
I helped to dig it out initially.
That's right, yes, and I see we've put gravel now, which helps to keep the... But it's a good thing to have. There is Jerusalem in the middle, which you find your way towards, or the heavenly city.
Yeah,
Or,
or... Yeah.
yes,
However you want to characterise it, really.
yeah.
But it
I
helps
think we
with
might be coming
meditation.
over like the hairy bikers.
The hairy bikers. Well, I've had a shave this morning. He hasn't.
Oh, right. You know they came here and did one of our
Yeah, I
meals.
do remember you telling me.
It wasn't
yes.
a great success.
I like Dave and Si, the hairy bikers.
The reason it wasn't a success was that they wanted us to be tough on these people who came in to cook for us.
We're not very good at
And of
being
course
tough,
we're not
yeah.
very good at being tough, so we complimented them on how nice the food was. So the thing didn't work. Here's the quarry, which it's not coming over very well on the screen, but it always amazes
Not a
me.
lot of light actually there. But, no, that makes a difference. One of the things that you have to do, that's usual practice in the community, is for the novices, people learning about the religious life. When we come, we usually do 2 days a week in the garden, 2 afternoons. And in the time when I was a novice, George was the assistant novice guardian, and so we often came out on Mondays and Thursdays and gardened, and there were very few days that I actually missed. But it was, for somebody that doesn't know a massive amount about gardening, it was great fun, and we did all sorts, not just kind of borders keeping up and vegetable growing, but we built walls and learned to use a scythe. I remember scything, that was quite fun.
Yes. See, the quarry
Hard graft.
is marvellous, the depth of it.
It is, yeah. You just have to watch the littlies and the dogs if you bring them here. But
Yes. Now this, everybody has to admire this bit, don't they?
they do, because we did mow this out, didn't we?
All of this was completely
Fine.
overgrown with brambles, and we attacked them with
We
scythes
did.
and other primitive instruments. And this is the result. If you clear a piece of ground and you just carry on mowing it, it gradually turns into grass. And
And actually, it's really succulent grass, isn't it?
yes,
Which I hadn't.
it's a very nice spot, this, on this corner. You can sit and look across the valley.
It's very peaceful.
Here's a stone seat that some people will remember. Very nice to sit here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the really nice things,
Oh,
I don't know whether Chris and Joy are watching actually, but one of the sad things about this year in the college was that one of our students and his wife lost a baby, and they asked if the baby could be buried here, and we agreed to that. The community were glad to agree, and we had a lovely service of Thanksgiving for him, and he's interred here, so that's nice for them. They can come back and bring their children now.
oh, there's Chris. Come on
time.
the screen, look.
Has Chris come
Chris and Joy, yes.
on?
They popped up smiling.
I hope you're glad for me to say that, Chris, because we're very glad to have done that
Yes.
for you. Yeah, good.
It is marvellous, this electronics, isn't it? This
I'm really glad
internet.
it's working. I wasn't.
I mean,
We're
Yeah,
really all very
inter-
much learning how
interactive.
to do it.
Yes. I love winding paths that are rough. They're always full of mystery, however well you know them.
Yeah, and with these grounds, you know, they are inexhaustible. You can walk them and walk them and walk them and find something new, a bit like scripture.
Yeah. See, it's difficult to get vastness and depth on a little screen, isn't it? But there's
it
the
is.
quarry.
We probably won't go right down into it.
And we're on what's called the portcullis here, and when you look down, hope I don't drop the phone,
No, don't do that.
there is in fact a way which has got a bit overgrown, and there's the gate where people used to come in for the plays in the theatre. Sorry, the camera's telling me off. It's saying you mustn't rotate your device. Well, I'm not rotating it. Still, you can't complain.
Well, you can.
Well, take time.
And yeah, one of the real joys of the lockdown has been the proliferation in flora and fauna, and we had Jo, our sister at college, just finished. She's a real got real sort of interest in ornithology and botany actually, and so she did take a few of us on a tour of the grounds, and it was great. We were listening to all these different bird calls and seeing quite a lot of different
Yeah.
ornithological life. Really good.
Yes. I was amazed at what she discovered that goes on here. The variety of wildlife.
I think she spent a lot more time in the grounds than actually the brethren do. It's one of
Yes.
those things that when you live in it, you don't tend to appreciate it always. But I certainly spent a lot more time in the grounds in the lockdown, and it's been a real privilege. And in fact, only last night I was on this spot doing a spot of method acting with somebody in college who Laura is taking part in a Shakespearean production, an online thing,
Oh,
and asked me to do some acting.
she was on Call the Midwife, wasn't she?
She was, Laura, yeah,
Yes.
amongst other things. Yeah. And so we spent a bit of time chasing
This is
around
like a
here.
safari in the jungle, this is. You expect a monkey to drop down any minute.
Mind your cassock on the thistles, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Rather nice picnic bench just coming up to the left-hand side.
Yes, Paul, our facilities manager's put this here. It's very good for reading at and studying in the sunshine.
Yeah,
Here comes a train.
which I've never managed to do.
Doesn't look as though there's many people on it.
It's a rather fine sight of it with line. You can see the church actually from the railway. Head clock towers
Yes.
loom rather large.
You know, our former superior Sylvanus was sitting on one of those trains going by, and opposite were two men, and one said to the other, "You know, that's a monastery up there, and they keep 200 cows."
Right.
So, but Sylvanus didn't say anything.
It's an interesting Chinese whisper. Now, is it going to start raining?
I once got on a train, you know, in my habit,
Yeah.
at the same time as a police inspector in full fig came and sat down opposite me.
Yeah.
And the man next to me looked at both of us and got up quickly and disappeared.
Disappear.
Here's the theatre. We were going to renew it, but we'd taken too much on, really, and the renewal of our buildings had to take priority, so it's all on ice at the moment. The cross, who tell them about the cross?
What to say about the cross? The cross was it stayed, but it was put up for Holy Week, and the college very skillfully and helpfully designed a set of stations for Stations of the Cross for us to walk around during the Holy Week, because obviously the college at that point had been locked down.
They couldn't go to church, so
Couldn't
they
go to
did this
church.
in the open air. Yeah.
So actually the cross has stayed, and I think it's really rather nice.
Yes.
It's a point of meditation. And I don't know what are the wild yellow flowers, George? Are they?
I don't know what they're called, but I love them. They're
They are
marvellous.
pretty.
Yes.
I've only just noticed. And lots
Where
of
shall we go
fur.
next? Oh, I know.
Okay. To the right.
There's another sort of secret around here.
Right. It may well be showing me things that I'm unaware of. This to the right, maybe a bit far over, but this was a fives court, wasn't it?
No, the Fives Court was over there, when we first came along
so
the back.
I'm thinking of the changing rooms for the theatre. My
It's the
apologies.
changing rooms, yes.
Not the fives court. There you are.
That's the changing rooms.
That's the changing rooms, which is
there, yes.
grown with moss now.
Yes. It's nice to have mossy, overgrown ruins.
So up the little incline.
Now, let's see if our gardening department have put something back.
Oh right.
Oh yes. So we're at the Calvary Garden.
But the Calvary
Now
Garden.
here, this tree here, there's a plaque that used to be here, and then for years it's disappeared, but it's been found again and put back.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know this.
Yes,
Very good. What is this?
and
It's Greek. No, it isn't. Yes, that bit is.
now Crataegus oxyancantha precox, or St Joseph's thorn, grafted from the original. Grafted
Grafted. Yeah.
from the original at Glastonbury, 1966.
Yes.
So Glastonbury thorn, which flowers at Christmas, which it does. Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It. I don't know why it disappeared, but anyway.
And the plaque's rather nice as well.
Yes.
It could do with a bit of a clean up, but
Yeah. So that's it. It looks like
it's a
Pretty
lovely
well.
tree.
yes.
I believe Janet Williams, who's the vice principal of St Hill College, has quite an interest in trees and botanicals.
Oh right.
So don't know if Janet, you know anything about these. if you're watching, but see, I just assume everybody's watching because we're a face to the world here.
Now there's this little wildflower. I don't know if you have them in East Yorkshire,
What's that?
where you come from,
That's where
but I'd never seen them before I came here. They're lovely, and they grow in great bright orange. I don't know if that comes over on the screens, but you get great swathes of them here. I mean, all of this here, but it's been mown, you see, so they've been cut down. They're lovely.
They are pretty,
bright orange.
They do look like some kind of wild daisy, don't they? But that's probably a bit simplistic.
Yes.
Without a book, I wouldn't know.
No, Thomas knows.
All right.
Our walking encyclopedia.
He is, yeah.
Yes.
They're all like that
Now
here.
what
It's a
shall
bit
we do
scary. Now,
next?
I wonder if we should go up towards the cemetery.
Right.
I mean, would it be nice to just get a shot of our Lord in there in the Calvary Garden?
Yes.
It's a while since I've been down and done any
Yes.
praying.
Now, Joanne, the student you were talking about,
Yeah.
she tidied all this up,
It's ready for doing again.
and yes, now it's getting a little bit, but I like things untidy myself. There's the horse.
The thing is, it's just such a. We're so fortunate to have it as all this space, really, and I think one of the great joys of having guests here, and hopefully you'll all be able to come back ere long. That you can use the ground, and there's all this space.
Yes.
A nice shot of the back of my head there.
Right.
So we'll go from here, and it leads up to the cemetery.
Now these sweet peas,
Oh, these are nice.
they've got no smell, and several times I've tried to plant odoriferous ones, but they always die. These ones
do have a smell.
do they? Well,
Gonna have a round.
very
now,
faint.
folks.
I like strong smells.
Strong smells. Yeah, they're not particularly strong. Hydrangea, which I do know a bit about.
Yes.
Nice flowers. I don't think there is any other unusual flowering plants here.
No.
It's also a very nice spot to sort of bring people and have a chat, or
Yes.
just sit and be quiet yourself.
I think that one climbing up the wall there, I may be wrong, but I think it's a morning glory,
Right.
which is in quite the wrong place, as often is the case, because it needs the sun, but you get these glorious blue bell flowers on it when it feels like it.
I'm talking of bluebells. We have a plethora of them. A surfeit of bluebells in the bluebell season in sort of. I suppose is it early spring?
April, May.
April, May, and they're not particularly helpful. There's a particular type. I think it's the Spanish kind that just become like a weed and get overgrown. Now, might be worth. We're going to stop at Simon.
Yes.
I don't know whether you're watching Nick and Paul. Nick asked me, were we going to go to the monks' graveyard? Well, here we are in the monks' graveyard.
Rest eternal grant to him, O Lord, and let light perpetual shine upon him.
Many of you remember Simon. So it's nice to have
Now
his
there's
headstone
Paul,
on.
our organist. He's seen us and he's
And he's-
turned around and gone back.
Yeah, he's paid a lovely recessional.
Yes.
It sort of made up for the fact that I came in with a creed which works close to home, which I didn't know. Never mind. It's interesting how sort of new the wood starts to look and how it does fade over time, but on the headstones. You see, you all just get a simple wooden cross
And they rot.
with a roof and a what?
They rot.
They rot. Yeah.
So all these are mended. If you look at the bases,
Yeah, I know.
they have to be. They keel over after a bit.
I wonder, George, are there any other questions that you can see? Nobody's asking.
No, nobody's writing in at the moment.
Particularly to go anywhere, or
But we need to go to the cricket field because it's, isn't
yeah,
it?
well,
It's one of those places that
you've
looks
got a bit to
nice.
see. In fact, that's a fairly good view of the. Oh no, well, that's the
Nice overgrown bits.
what is it doing? That's the sort of east side of the church. Isn't it?
There she blows.
Yeah. West end of the church.
Over there's a wild bit with.
Yeah, it's actually coming on rather nicely.
And Thomas was saying there's an unusual bird nesting in the middle of it.
Yes, I heard him
what
say.
it-
I can't
It
remember
was something.
I didn't hear him give
It
a
must
name.
be a. He didn't think it had much sense really to be nesting in such an exposed place.
I wonder if we can see the nest if we go near it.
I like these. Having these white light. You know, when I was a curate back in the 1970s, I did this with my back garden. I had a patch in the middle.
Like
And all
this,
the neighbours
yeah.
thought I was mad and they mocked me so much that in the end I got rid of it.
It's very fashionable now.
Yeah, but now it's the thing to do.
Thing to do, yeah.
Yes, and the new monastery was to be here. We've had to. Well, the costs just rocketed, so we've
They
had
did,
to,
yeah.
we've had to walk away from that really. So that's that. Very fine dock.
Very fine document.
Now there's sculpture.
Yeah,
isn't there?
there is. What? Wow. Let's just go a bit nearer. I don't. It's relatively, isn't it? Relatively newly discovered that
Well,
it's Our Lady.
the story is about a man who was here, who was a sculptor
Yeah.
in the 60s or 70s, and he left this behind
Yeah.
in very kind of Henry Moorish, and for years it sort of knocked around the college. Somebody's put it on
Yeah, I think it has been put back by somebody.
Tree
hasn't
stump.
it?
Our Lady and Child.
I find it quite
Yes,
nice.
it'll need treating, or the elements will, because it's just wood.
Yeah, I mean the faces are already starting to get worn away, but it's nice that it's been found.
Yes,
And then we do get a lot of the trees. They have to be
yes, like
really
that
kept an
one.
eye on.
Yes, that one collapsed in the night, didn't
Collapsed
it?
in the night. We actually had one fall just before Easter, right in
Oh
front
yes,
of the
there's
sacristy.
here's the trunk just here.
Yeah, and we had to get that shifted and put away, and removed.
This tree here
Ah, yeah.
has become a very nice
This is nice.
sort of bower.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd noticed, but you can go and sit inside it.
You could.
I don't know what it is. It's a sort of, looks like a weeping beech or something, but you could sit here, you see, inside,
Yes, you could.
in the sun. Next time the weather's hotter.
You
I
could
should
even
try it.
shelter from the rain under it, in fact,
Indeed, yes.
which is probably more likely given the intemperance of our climate.
Yes.
And a rather fine seat overlooking the country, which certainly one of my brothers from the college comes regularly to praise Compline on.
Oh, really? Very good.
Yeah, I think Ryan does, and possibly some others. But it's also a really nice place. In fact, I sat out here the other night and watched the sun set, and beautiful colours across, looking out towards Huddersfield over the valley there. Very beautiful.
And we're starting another big wild patch here. I don't know if you can see on screen. You can. I think you can probably see the outline of it. It's going to be a bit awkward for the football club. I don't know what the plan is about that. But the local Battyford Boys Football Club use the field in the winter.
They do. It doesn't look obvious how they're going to be able to use it, does it?
Well,
I'm sure.
sure it's all been thought out.
Sure, it's all being thought out.
Oh.
Now we're going to stop.
So, where shall we go next?
Well, we're sort of near the. We're near the bees, aren't we? We could have a look. I don't think there'll be anything doing with in the hives, but we could go past and at least show people where the hives are.
Have you seen the giant redwood?
No.
Did you know we got a giant
I
redwood?
didn't know we got a giant redwood.
Yes, we could go and look at that.
We could.
I think
Where is that?
I think it's going to be a few centuries before
So much as I.
Brothers of the Community of the Resurrection will be able to call it a giant, but it's just here. Very nice leaves it's got. No.
I mean, certainly Thomas is very keen on planting new trees for road, so Thomas is in charge of the ground.
Now, where is it?
So this way, I've certainly not seen it because I don't tend to come
No,
this far up.
that's an oak.
Great oak.
Should we cut through here if it's
Can
not
do.
too
I don't think it's
thorny? It's, now where's it gone? How funny. If we perhaps go up this path, we might. Is it the other side? Can't remember
Has he
now.
planted it in the orchard?
No, it's not in the orchard. It's just here somewhere.
I mean,
We'll
is it
find
a-
it.
Is it a sapling or
Oh, it's pretty big.
fairly big? Right.
Yes.
Okay, well actually if you just stop here, George, these are a set of beehives that we, that a neighbour keeps, Tim, and he just produce honey and we sell his honey.
Our postulant got stung on the head the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently the thing to do when you've been stung by a bee is to try and get stung by a wasp,
Yes, I believe so.
because bees' stings are acidic and
Or even better, avoid getting
wasps
stung by
are
bugs.
alkaline.
Yeah. They're Tim's hives. In fact, I had a bee in my room this morning, so they are
Yes.
around. They'll probably be getting a bit dozy now the sun's in.
Should we go up this way? I think the giant redwood's up here.
Giant redwood, right? We'll go in pursuit of this. This tree.
Well, isn't that funny?
Hoping people are still persevering with us.
Yes. But it can't have disappeared. Oh. No. No, that's not it.
No, that's
Let's just go and look here.
not in the fire. I don't know where it was. So. But I'm pleased I'm not the only one who does this, thinks I can remember where something is in the ground and then just
Yes.
fairly promptly forgets.
Yeah. And not only that, I even do it in my own room. This is it.
Not quite that though.
I mean, it's not to be sniffed at.
No,
it's
it
not.
isn't.
Not a giant, but and
it's
it's
not
got
a
these nice leaves. You see,
Gorgeous, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's worth seeing.
and then the bark. It's a sort of. You can see it's slightly.
You can, it
reddish.
It has got a reddish hue, hasn't it?
Yes. So. Yeah.
Full round was he and read a few like Miller.
Orchard.
Orchard, yeah. We could probably go back up this way. There's quite a lot of these kind of thundery bug things around, aren't there? Flying in your face. Through that 5-bar gate we've got the quiet garden
Yes.
which is a nice little space actually just for again sitting in and being quiet.
Yes.
And a few seats.
The monkey puzzle.
One brother comes and sunbathes here.
Oh, is that
I
Anthony?
think that might be Anthony.
Yeah, he lies horizontal on the ground and.
Yeah. And in fact it is out of that breeze, it's fairly quite humid,
Yes.
quite warm.
I think the church from this angle looks almost like a building like Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. It's those sort of windows and all the arches,
Right, yeah.
which is all accident because it was all had to be scaled down all the time as we went along, like so many CR projects.
It does look, I mean it's a fine church, we know, but it's a real hodgepodge, isn't it?
Yes,
the
it
CR's
is
buildings
It
are
is an
just
odd building.
bitty, but yet it works.
Yes, I
parable
mean,
of the
there's something almost awesome about it from certain angles.
It is.
Particularly from the top of the number 201 bus as you're coming down.
Right.
In winter, when the leaves
Yes.
aren't on the trees, it suddenly hits you awe-inspiring.
Or when I'm running down that hill from the top of Lower Hopton, I can see it, and it's really not rather nice. Gooseberry
Yes.
bushes.
Right, that was apple. These are gooseberry.
That was apple. These are gooseberries.
And Thomas likes planting these marigolds everywhere because they keep bugs away, apparently.
Yeah, that I do remember him saying.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real aficionado of the orchard, is Thomas. In fact, he might be out. There aren't many days he doesn't come out and do something in the ground.
Yeah, there he is. Pair of legs sticking out of a tree.
Give us a wave, Thomas.
I see you're busy killing things as usual.
No, I'm giving them life.
Ah,
Unless a seed dies.
yes, and the rose is pruned and all of that.
Beans, yes.
Good.
And, I do tend to prune quite vigorous whenever I can. Never enough. Never enough.
And this is a plum.
Producing fruit. This is a damson.
Oh, damson.
And I'm trying to open the centre of the tree over a couple of years.
We could in fact do another plug. One of the things that Thomas is famous for is making jam for the community, and he's now a published jam author. And
Indeed. indeed.
Your book, Father, is on sale in our shop for
If you like medlar jelly,
medlar jelly.
place to come.
How are the green gauges this year? I love the green gauges.
They're okay. They're never a heavy fruiter.
No.
But the ones which are on are good, round and big.
There weren't many last year.
There were very few last year. There are more this year. But there's none on the other one,
Oh,
which I think has got a... I don't know what the problem is. That one is nice and open. Should be doing much better than it is, and I don't know why.
good. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the walk.
It has been really quite fun doing this.
Well, yes. See all these marigolds.
Oh, I've actually enjoyed it.
Yes. Yes, no, it's fun.
One of the
Isn't
things-
that marvellous, that knobbly?
Yeah, very much so.
How knobbly can you get?
Well, it depends how long you stay in CR, but I mean, if,
And these, Thomas is encouraging these this year. They're thistles. No, well, they're not thistles. What are they?
now,
People dry them and put them in the
yeah, teasels.
teasels, that's right. They're everywhere this year.
Yeah,
That
teasels.
one is, what, 7 feet tall at least?
In fact, I've just read a Philippa Gregory novel where they used to use them, I mean, a bit like, for those of you that know Dryden's poem about Meg the Gypsy, they used to plait mats with things like teasels and make old-fashioned sort of house flooring with it, carpets really.
Oh.
Plaited mats of rushes and
Oh.
teasel and anything like that. So you can weave with it, I think, or
Yes.
certainly part of the stalks are strong that you can use them. There's still an awful lot of colour left. And well, I suppose we're only July, aren't we? So
Yes.
things have not.
Every living garden has its old rusty hulks lying around.
No way to speak about your brethren. We've not come across any rusty hulks lying around, to be fair, have we today?
No. Right.
This is probably the pièce de la résistance here.
Yes, this arch has collapsed. I see Thomas has taken it away, which is a pity.
He took it away on Tuesday. I'm for one, I'm glad, because I think it's a bit of a risk. I used to bring parties of school kids here, upper junior kids from primary school, and yeah, they're very keen. In fact, we'll have a walk to see if Mr. Shearer's around in the fish pond. But it's now got to the stage where you say to kids, ooh, you know, he's a black and white and we call him Alan Shearer, and they just look at you nonplussed, and of course, yeah,
Brother Mark's talking about one of our fish.
one of our fish.
Yes, in case you wondered.
Called Alan Shearer. The kingpin of the pond.
Yes.
But the roses are beautiful, aren't they?
Yes, in July. It's the best time. Aromatic rose petals make lovely jam, and I was told by a Romanian abbess, I asked her about their rose petal jam, and she said you put a bit of lemon in to keep the colour when you make the jam. But they have to be aromatic roses. They're delicious, scrumptious. It's like eating Turkish delight.
Well, lots of flowers you can, lots of, fauna you can eat. Flora, nasturtiums and yeah, you can eat nasturtiums. And,
Oh, nasturtiums, yes.
I mean, I remember picking some for a salad when I went to stay at Almouth with the SSF brothers.
Is it in Winnie the Pooh that they're called nasturtiums?
Probably. Sounds like an AA Mill thing.
Oh, yes, Vanessa is saying this is great fun.
It is fun.
And Anne
Vanessa,
Appleyard
hello.
said this is lovely. So that's a consolation. Thank you both. We were wondering.
We were a bit worried when we weren't getting any feedback or any
Oh, enjoying
comment.
this walk tremendously. Janet, thank you. Oh,
Which
Tony
Janet?
McGregor, can you go to the cricket pitch?
We've
where
been, Tony. We could go back.
yes, Bertie's ashes are there.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, we can wander down.
Yes.
Time
Oh, and
out.
Anne asked us to wave at Father Simon. Well, we did that,
We've done
Anne.
that, Anne. Yeah.
Yes, and Ryan's watching silently. Right.
That's
Oh, we've
lovely.
had a lot of message all of a sudden. Lovely.
What's the message all of a sudden? Are you just going to go through them?
Happy mentions of life at the college. Somebody, Alistair Capella has written Charles Gore ?
Where's his grave, presumably?
Well, yes, Charles, his grave is in the church.
It is.
I mean, we can go in the church if you'd like us to go there and say a prayer. Tell us a little about the history of CR and Charles Gore. Oh yes, right.
Oh, you better do that.
I've been looking at the messages the wrong way up. That's why I'm only just getting them. Will you be doing online day courses to replace... Oh, right.
To replace what?
Lovely, lovely labyrinth. I so look forward to stomping around again, hopefully not my hiking boots to navigate the mud.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking us there.
Ready.
The whole tour is magnificent. Oh, well. Monks go walkabout. We are not bored, it's great. Learning so
Great,
much.
good.
All right, thank you for all your messages. Can't wait to visit the grounds and church again. I remember them coming. Of course, these messages are on the wrong way around. Oh, Sebastian's watching. Sebastian Hamilton.
Hello, Seb.
Ben Scott.
Hello, Ben.
And any room for a bowling green? Well, in fact,
I love that.
no, we did. When I came here, we used to play bowls on the, not very often, on the front lawn. We had bowls. I don't know if they went in one of John's
I've
options.
seen a set of bowls. In fact, there's certainly a set of bowls. I think
Yes.
Simon had a set of bowls, but yeah, which is slightly different to bowls.
Oh, Tony's watching. Tony Devine.
Tony Devine.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know all about it. Don't know why. It's nice to have you, Tony, but with respect, you know more.
Oh,
than we
talking
do.
of animals, have you still got bees and chickens? Sorry, I missed all these messages. I was doing it upside down. Well, we've seen the bees. No, we haven't got chickens because they kept getting into the allotments and they ate a man's row of peas.
That's right.
And
Yeah. I think that's
and-
when I was away, wasn't it?
and then also they would eat the slug pellets and
I had a
keel over
stint
themselves.
in Germany too.
I miss the chickens, but there's quite a likelihood we're going to have pigs, isn't there?
There is, yeah, there is.
Paul,
talk.
how far's Paul got with that?
I've not spoken to him about it actually, but our facilities manager's. Yeah, he's quite a polymath, Paul. He's interested in using part of the grounds to farm pigs, and for pork production.
Hello, Emma.
But yeah, so I don't know how far he's got. We've certainly given him the green light for it, and so it may be that when some of you do get back to the site,
Yeah.
that you see these pigs.
And Sam
rooting around.
Linton asked about the Glastonbury thorn. Isn't that the story of Joseph of Arimathea and the stick from the thorn tree at Glastonbury? Yes, that's
Yes,
it.
it is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Joseph of Arimathea coming over here and
Yeah.
putting his staff in the ground and it
Yes.
flowered.
Yes.
Um,
yes, it's an apocryphal story, but
Now, Anne wrote Fox and Hounds, Fox and Cubs it's called. Lots of them over... Oh, I think what are them over... Sorry, I'm reading all these messages
Yeah.
in the backwards order. Lovely to see Father Simon.
yeah,
It's grave.
blessed memory.
Can you show us the carving for Trevor and Kingston, please? What is that?
That'll be the carving. What it'll mean, I would imagine, is their tombs, their gravestones.
Trevor... Oh, I see. Trevor and Kingston.
But I think
Well, neither of them are here. They're
Here,
both
they're
buried
both in
in South
South
Africa. Trevor Huddleston, his ashes went back to Sophiatown and there's a sort of shrine there. And Kingston also died in South Africa and he was buried there.
you will have been, George. I've not been. It would be, well, I was hoping actually to go with Nicholas, our brother Nicholas, to Zimbabwe as a part of a college
Yes.
placement and couldn't this year, but
Yes.
that might come. I am conscious, George, of the time, because did we have to be finished for 3?
Oh, we've got to be finished by 3. Yes, so I'm sorry the message business has gone wrong. We are monks and we're head in the clouds. people, so
Some of us.
I'm afraid I'm only just reading all the messages.
But having said that,
Gosh,
Mark
it's
CR has
stuffed
the
with
rights.
messages.
I will do my very best to do some responding to your messages. Those of you that have been avidly reading the Facebook will know that I've been trying, along with Beth, who's also stuck to social media this weekend, to try and respond. So just bear with us. The next thing I've got to do is sort tomorrow's sermon, so it
Now-
might have to wait.
Can I buy some dried teasels and jam?
Good grief. Don't know.
Well, we'll ask about that. Father Thomas does the jam. Who does the gin? Somebody's asked.
The gin, yeah, it's in abeyance a little bit. It's actually our chef manager who took that on, David.
Yes. Couldn't you two get a spot as presenters on Gardener's World?
Oh, I hope not. I find it too. It's not my sort of thing.
Gosh, all these messages which we've missed. Well done. All right, enjoying. Well, we'll have to just go on and see the fish. Now I've pressed the wrong button.
I'm more of an Alan Bennett talking heads man, really. I do a monologue.
Oh, somebody from South Africa, Deborah. I am Nicholas's niece. We were with you this time last year.
Yes, hello. I remember meeting you. Nice
Oh,
to-
they're rushing. They think
Lovely.
we've got something for them to eat, you see.
Yes. Now, actually, is that Alan? That's Alan.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I'm fairly. Oh no, maybe that isn't Alan. Which is Alan? Mark can't remember which one he is.
Alan Spate's watching. Hello, Alan.
Nice to see you, Alan. In fact, there he is. Look,
Where? Oh, there. Which one?
that's him, isn't it? With the red
Is it?
red dot on his back. Yeah,
That one.
I think so.
Right. And then there are these little tiddlers. And we have to be careful about putting smaller fish in because the big ones gobble them up.
They're koi, aren't they?
Are they?
Koi carp. Yeah.
Then we get a heron who comes and sits on the edge and looks longingly into the water. So we had to put this net.
And we owe a big debt of thanks to Patrick Reeve, who spent some time. He is the husband, is Patrick, of one of our students, Becky. And Patrick spent a lot of time restoring the wooden seating around the pond edge,
Oh yes,
just to stop, basically, to prevent
yeah.
herons getting in.
And I like these little flowers all amongst the...
But it's great, this seating, because you can actually, it is used as bait. You can use it as
It's
bait.
a nice place to sit
Yeah.
with the sound of running water.
Lovely place to sit and have a gin.
It'd be nice to have
a few
a kind of lion's head or something there. Or a nymph with a jug. Pouring the water.
That sounds very monastic, George.
Yes. Well, it could be in habit.
Could be an
We're getting to the end of our allotted time.
I wonder if
So
it'd be nice to finish with a prayer or something. Do you think
we were going to... I'm afraid there isn't time to go to Charles Gore's tomb.
we can do it here?
But do you want to say a prayer? Mark?
I'll pray.
Yeah, we'll
Where do you want to
we'll get a
go?
view of the roses. Right. And the church. There we go.
Very good. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this place, for all its life and colour and beauty created at your hand. And we pray especially for all who live and work on this site, for those who care and tend it. And we ask that many people, particularly in this time of coronavirus, that they would soon be able to revisit and find you again here, where your hand is over all your works. And we pray in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. God bless you all. We've got to go now. Thank you for coming
See you
with
at
us.
benediction.
Thank you for your messages. Yes, so God bless and goodbye.
Say goodbye. Goodbye.